Oh man. Right, hello again. Right, so I just put that in the title because the weirdest thing has just happened. So I've ran for the pee. If you've if you've followed on from Virgo, you know that. And when I have returned, I'm like, oh, what's that card? And the card that is sticking out basically by the side of me, but it was like I was sitting on it, was literally what I've been talking about all throughout Virgo. Criticizing. Criticizing your partner is driving them away. Focus on their good qualities. So the thing that's interesting about that is we're in Virgo moon, and that, like I said, that can be about wait a minute. Yeah. That can be about when you're self-critical, but it can also be when you can be very critical of others too. Yes. So wait a minute. I'll put the wee bits and bobs. So yeah, there's no mistakes around here. That was part of it. Um Oh God, I honestly couldn't get to sleep last night. That's probably why my head's right. I just couldn't get to sleep. It was fucking horrendous. And then I eventually did get to sleep, and then my alarm went off this morning. I was like, oh, fuck's sake. And then I just shut it off. I know that's a bit of a boring story, but that's true story. Right, right, right. So basically, if you've never been here before, what Mediumship Monday is, oh, yay. I wonder if that was Michael that done that. Whoever that was, thank you, because you've taken us back. Two beautiful souls have actually taken us, making it mirrored numbers 1441. So loving that. We're back up to the 144. You'll get what that chat is if you watch the start of Virgo. See what I mean when I said that though? For every one miserable fucker that leaves, bring us 10 more. You know what I'm saying? There's two on the go, so we need eight more. Um, but yeah, basically, I think we are healing something to do this wee short mediumship Monday. Well, it'll probably be half an hour at least. Um, it's going to be healing something around critical energy. So let's now, oh, purifying it. Yeah, look, purifying critical energy. So that is the divine feminine card and the masculine's feminine side. What have we got for the masculine and the feminine's Oh God, the cards are weeping out. Love, compassion. Wow. And how do you heal critical energy? By purifying it and being more compassionate for yourself and others. See how I mean it's quite worrying how easily I can crack a smile when I'm feeling like shit. I don't feel like shit. I just feel like I don't feel the best. You know what I mean? Because I'm channeling the energy. What I'm talking about. That's probably what it is. It's like they've made me embody that energy of for fuck's sake, my eyes. Oh, I don't even care. I don't even care. Let's just crack on with this. Right. Um. So purification. I'll probably more than likely, oh, look, something shocking's about to happen here. Lightning, power. Oh, look, rain and lightning. That's quite interesting. I don't know. I don't know what I'll use as a thumbnail. Lightning. Something out of the blue is going to be happening here. Um, there's going to be movement. Where there's been no movement in a connection, I feel there's going to be movement. Right, rain. And the helmed about wind. Right. So the Divine Feminine card for males and females. Purification. No matter whether it's a light shower or a deluge, I don't know how to say that, rain cleanses and purifies the moisture that is evaporated from the various bodies of water on the planet and was drawn into the atmosphere now returns to the earth as liquid precipitation in nature's vast and comprehensive water recycling program. Depending on when and where the rain falls, it can come as a welcome relief or a nuisance. Even the air smells fresh after a good rain. It also brings clean water, which provides needed sustenance, can't say that word, for plants, animals, and humans. At its most intense, rainstorms arrive and as an avalanche of water, often accompanied by great, powerful winds, with considerable flooding and destruction as unfortunate consequences of nature's impersonal balancing act. What is purged makes way for new life to appear. So what I'm getting from this already is there's a purification going on. I mean, there's a purification going on the planet, full stop, which is probably why I landed at the 144 on the thing again. But it's like there's a purification going on of this critical energy of self and of others, but it's making way for a new paradigm of love to come in. Love it. Purifying your mind, body, and spirit is the task that is put before you. Purify your mind of identifying a prominent belief you carry about yourself that inhibits you from being fully engaged in life, from showing up 100% of the time. Purify your heart by allowing yourself to breathe in and out blessings and forgiveness so that you can love even more deeply. And the other word is love. Let yourself feel your grief, truly feel it, so that the rivers of your tears become miniature baptisms that heal the wounds in your soul. And again, it always is a bit like that round here because I'm in the nature of deliverance and prayers and healing and all that. So, if necessary, detoxify your body, which is also connected to the Virgo moon right now, health, the temple and the seat of the soul. By changing your diet, doing a cleanse for a few days, or simply drinking more water, increasing the daily amount of water you drink with deep appreciation for its purpose will revitalize your spirit. It is no wonder that in some indigenous languages, water is called lifeblood, as it is so essential to every form of life on earth. Take time to purify yourself. And I feel because of that, I feel I want to pull one of these. What else have we got for the divine feminines and the masculine's feminine side? Oh, God, the cards are leaping out. Cleansing, releasing the old, energetic tune-up, new beginnings. Yeah, there's a, like I said, there's a cleansing and a purification going on. Pause for the thumbnail. Right, what have we got there? What's on the back? The wishing well. Unexpected gifts, kindness, karmic jewels. Ah, somebody's finding the gifts amongst the karmic lessons, karmic jewels. Cleansing. Water has been, oh no, I don't know, I can't remember reading that, but let's just skip. Many believe that these pools are very mystical and powerful. Look, oh, I'm going to have to read it all, it won't make sense. Water has been deeply associated with both physical and spiritual cleansing since ancient times. We use water to cleanse our day away as we bathe, and many of the world's faith traditions use water as means of the spiritual purification from immersion in holy waters, holy rivers to baptism and ritual baths. I'm having a bath after this, actually. I don't think I'm going to hear this late. Pilgrims around the world journey to numerous sites for the healing and cleansing qualities of their waters. The water in the grounds of Japan's Hongu Sengen Taisha, a Shinto, hello Michael, shrine at the foot of the sacred Mount Fuji is seen as both deeply holy and self-purifying. Flowing from the melting snow at the volcano mountain summit, it forms washing pools that call people to them from near and far. Many believe that these pools are very mystical and powerful. Local legend says that the depth of the pool waters magically charges according to the size of the person who enters them, adapting to the level of their submergence. While visiting the healing waters, Michael, you don't need to keep donating. You've already donated on other ones, but thank you. While visiting the healing water sites of the world is an incredible thing to do, we don't need to travel to experience the healing, cleansing power of water for ourselves. You probably already use water in this way, although perhaps not consciously. As you shower or bathe, or as you wash your hands, consider the water and call on it for support to support you by washing away what's coming to an end or is no longer in alignment, leaving space for what you'd like to birth anew. What's no longer in alignment or coming to an end that you're ready to release, divine feminines. Ooh, that's intense. So, I mean, Christ, there is a purification and a cleansing going on for divine feminines. And let me just take actually, is that because right now is the moon conjunct the North Node? I think it is, which would be about releasing the past. I think it's no, it's past it. Yeah, so well, it was still kind of conjunct. It was earlier. But yeah, it's kind of that's in the it's been in the air today, like releasing the past, decluttering, detoxing the past. Um, right. So let's read love for the divine masculine and the feminine's masculine side. Love, compassion. In this beautiful image, we see hands reaching towards each other through a heart. The green field surrounding them is the color of the fourth of the heart chakra. It's when we feel love in our heart center that we not only naturally emit the healing energy of compassion, but we also attract love and compassion. Studies at the HeartMath Institute reveal that the electrical signals from the heart are up to 60 times stronger than the brain's, and the magnetic field is as much as 5,000 times more powerful. It's given our thinking patterns affect our feelings and in turn our reality, therefore bringing it back to that one. If you're always criticizing yourself in your private thoughts, can you see how much damage that's going to do to your overall well-being, your body, your soul? So, try to change that. And if you can't do it yourself, which a lot of people, you can change it yourself over time with commitment and dedication and like boring routine rituals of affirmations, just keep at it and you will, like, because that's how I done it. You know what I mean? I can still be self-critical, but I was like uber self-critical when I was younger. Like, I just, yeah. Whereas now, I can still fall into that, but like nowhere near as bad as what I would have been. I catch myself basically. Um, basically, get a session with a hypnotherapist or a healer or a shaman or people that are all of them like me. And we can do something if you've got, because some people it's like really, really bad. Like, like you can't like, get anything nice to say to yourself. And there's things you can do to get help with that. Um, it's given that our thinking patterns affect our feelings and internal reality, what we put out, whether it's love, fear, empathy, sadness, or criticism, so forth, contains an incredible amount of power to shape and influence our reality. When the focus of our attention and intention is love and compassion, we recognize no separation between the self and other. And of course, that's really, really important on the twin flame journey because, well, you know, it depends on what we're talking about here. I mean, there are, it's not literally everything, but with quite a lot of things, what you criticize in your twin flame, there's going to be something within you that you either, like I said, you either can understand why the person is acting the way they are, even though it doesn't mean you need to agree with it, but, or there's something within you. Like basically, it's like you contain aspects of each other, you know what I mean? So it doesn't always manifest in quite the same way. Like I've said before, some of the things that some of the feminines could be on the receiving end from the masculine, yeah, I could, 100%, like it's just you wouldn't do the same back, right? You just wouldn't. Um, Maybe some of you would, but I certainly know some of the things that I've been on the receiving end that I certainly wouldn't do it. But it's kind of like, but you can understand, right? That wasn't too cool. That hurt, but I'm going to try to understand that and throw more compassion and forgiveness at it, and maybe we can talk one day about what the fuck that was all about. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure we've all had a moment like that with our twin flames, and they will have been like that about you. You know what I mean? So you bring up stuff in each other, basically. So don't be too critical of your twin flame. Try to see it from a different angle. Respect the fact that your heart is a giver, putting out electrical energy, interesting, and receiver, drawing in magnetic energy. These energies are best sensed by attending to the steady flow of your breathing while also noticing your heart area. Right, but I also feel the masculine's heart is opening. That's what I feel. The masculine's heart is opening in a big way. So you could be very emotional right now. Righteousness, fear, anger, judgment are some common ways to block your natural desire to love, and criticism too. Forgiveness is not only letting go of judgment, but also seeing through the illusion that you are all that is, are separate. Look about you and inside of you and do your best to love whatever you see. Fucking I can't believe. Oh, look. Underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. I think that's the card. There's such a theme of healing self-worth today. Thank you. Gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you is on the bottom. Unexpected gifts, kindness, karmic jewels is on the back again. So I think this is the masculine coming full circle to be like, right, I've learned a lot through the hard times that I've went through. And then opened the book of Eagle, so soaring above the drama. Right, where is the... Into the unknown, into the unknown. Underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. That's very Leo new moon that we just had, and it's still Leo season. Earth is a water planet. Seen from space, it appears blue. Water makes up to 70% of the Earth's surface, yet we've explored less than 20% of the ocean floor. There are creatures of the deep that have captivated humans for millennia. It's no wonder, too, that the water has been used as a symbol for our inner emotional world. There's always so much of us to discover and uncover within. Are you being called to face your fears and explore the unknown, to challenge what you thought was possible? This card of courage, initiation, and depth. This is a card of courage, initiation, and depth. Perhaps you're being called to make a significant change in your life that you feel scared about. Something you love or someone you love. This is the fear that's been brought up in the masculines. Or maybe your experiencing is more internal than that. Maybe life is calling you to venture into the shadowy depths of your own inner journey. And that'll be why I keep talking about that guy on Love Island, because that's what he's having to do. And also, he's a Scorpio with Venus and Scorpio, and just basically loads of Scorpio that I saw in his chart. So it's like that really would be a deeper ocean than most people's. Whenever I see a Scorpio with a 12,000 Scorpio, you can tell they've got a shitload of secrets. I've only got a tiny little sliver of my Scorpio in the 12th house, but in that tiny little sliver, there are a lot of secrets. But that's why I can hold all your secrets because my Pluto is 0 degrees there. So, to face things that others may be afraid to face, to heal what might be difficult to heal, to surrender to a metaphorical death in order to re-emerge anew, the ego death to emerge anew, just like I explained with the white buffalo calf women on the Virgo reading. The same man that approaches the woman with disrespect, the white buffalo calf woman, can also be the second man that approaches them with respect. Before ego death, cheeky as fuck, whatever that guy said to the buffalo calf woman. After ego death, humbled, respect, kindness. You know what I mean? Can be two different guys, it can be the same guy. That's for you to know and us to wonder on your journey. To surrender, you might be that guy, some of you. You know what I'm saying? You might be that woman, whatever the deal is out there. To surrender to a metaphorical death in order to re-emerge anew. In the ancient Sumerian story of the goddess Inanna's journey to the underworld to meet her sister, she leaves the comfort of heaven and earth to descend into the unknown depths. Here she encounters many trials and initiations until she returns completely changed by her experiences. The story tells us that sometimes to be born anew, we must face our fears and find the courage to venture into the unknown, into the unknown. How can you face your fears today? Well, how can you face your fears today? Right, so I think I might just fucking leave it there. I'm not gonna lie, guys. So, but really, I just think today has been about like healing with Saint Germain, my main guide, because he came through tons in the shorts. Let's pull some self-love cards. Oh shit. Right. Give me some self-love cards for the feminine. I think I'm going to sleep tonight. I can tell I've just not had enough sleep. Health checkup. Oh, interesting. Again, that is Virgo moon right now, and I was talking about that on the Virgo one. Health checkup. So divine feminines, you might be needing some type of health checkup, or you might have recently had something like that, like I was saying. Oh my God. Christ, that's a bit specific. Connect with your womb. So, like, yeah, you might literally be going to the doctor for things to do with the womb space. But also, I am not a doctor, but like someone said, I'll put that review below. Somebody said sometimes you just need a checkup with a doctor shaman. I am a womb healer, so I activate energy at the womb, meaning so what this can mean is like for some people that can be if you've had a lot of trauma, like really difficult traumatic experiences, whether you're a woman or a man. So obviously we'll talk about women first with the womb. Um, you've held on to a lot of pain and trauma at your womb space, and after we do a session, which I don't need to do anything weird, by the way, it's literally just me sitting cross-legged, and the guys are clearing the energy as I'm listening to you telling your story, because it's just the mere like you sharing that painful experience, you're releasing it in a safe space, and then I'm transmuting the energy with your guides and my guides. And that can, yeah, that can result in people getting a whole load of passionate energy back at the sacral, if you know what I mean. I've had people over the years where there just wasn't a lot of activity in the bedroom, and we, after a session where, like I said, nothing weird goes on, you just tell me your story, and and so it can get very emotional, and it clears whatever was stagnant and stuck, and there's a fire lit at the sacral, if you know what I'm saying. So I've had a lot of people's partners, husbands, very happy about them booking the session with the shaman. And again, it can go the same for the guys too. If the guys are having issues where the passion's gone there, you know what I mean? It's like away you go. Um, but so yeah, basically, but you know, we hold on to trauma at the womb space or the sacral for guys. So it's like a clear energy there. So, but I mean, that is really crazy specific. So for some of you, you know, prayers if you have got anything that's really sort of more on the serious level, because that's quite nuts that coming out like that. Of course, this could be pregnancy actually, womb space, health checkup, whatever's going on there. So, right, masculine feelings. Yeah, that's totally weird. Look, the masculines are in their feelings, and it's scary. So prayers for everyone. That healing begins with feeling. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. And that was also what I told you on the other one, Michael. Right, okay, so what have we got? Feelings. Passion. Oh, look what they're just backing me up. I wasn't lying. Yeah, passion. My Venus and Aries will ignite that passion. If it's not for a creative project, if it's not for what I was talking about, it'll be for a creative project. Light up your life by honoring your deepest desires. Because, look, I would say this being a Venus and Aries and an Aries sun sign, if you've not got passion and you're not following your desires, what's the fucking point in like coming to this planet? You know what I'm saying? Like we've not come here to be fucking bored and in loveless relationships and just like being on the hamster wheel of life. You've come here to follow your passion and your desire. Are you doing it? That's a masculine too. That's pretty crazy actually. The masculine has look, it's time to be honoring your feelings and your desires, connecting to your heart chakra. So it's like it's okay to have passionate desire alongside those feelings. Like it's not one exclusive to the other. Like, you know, oh, you can't talk about sex at all. If you love someone, you got to just, you know what I mean? It's like, no, it's like it's all comes as a package deal, doesn't it? But the problem is a lot of men in particular, women too, especially these fucking, we're not going to talk about them on this because we don't want to muddy the waters, but you know, some of these filthy, that's what they are, let's face it, girls that are talking about, aye, a competition to however many men in a, oh, I just can't, I can't. I'm going to criticize that because it's fucking dirty as fuck anyway. So anyway, right, so sorry, I didn't want to spoil it, but you know what I'm saying. I hope most people agree. It's disgusting. But again, I shall still pray for those souls that are collecting souls in these, because that's what that is. The Jezebel, Leviathan spirit, Jezebel working through, I don't know, it's demons anyway. So I can't end it on that, guys. I can't end it on that. Because 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 I was talking about that, right? Let's get something else. Yeah, anyway, I'll just trust that these wee messages went to him. I mean, not I don't get that many views anyway, and I get even less on Mediumship Mondays. So I just trust that whoever's meant to get these messages gets them on everything I do. But I'll trust that, yeah, the collective of people that are needing the messages today is definitely about self-worth and not being so hard on yourself and releasing the past and accepting who you are now. You're not the same person anymore. And accept who you are now. And if you're still working on who you are now because you're not, you know, where you want to be, then that's everyone. Goodness, try seeing the good in others and in the situation. That wording is very specific, goes with what I'm saying. Positive, look at the positive with a positive perspective. So, what can you look, can you find the good in this situation? You know, like if you made a mistake, can you find what you learned from it to move forward? Like that's why that card says the karmic jewel. Motivation is the key to success. Actually, do you know what? That's what I feel I'm going to read because it drew my eyes in twice. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. That's the love of the spirit. Unexpected get the wishing well. Let's see. And then I'm going to go. So I just couldn't end it on that note for obvious reasons. So the wishing bell. Because I'm not ready. Oh my god, that must be significant. See if I hear that all night, that's been nippy as fuck. But I'm just hearing that song going over and over. Unexpected gifts, kindness, karmic jewels. It's said that in ancient times, women would whisper into wells, would sing and whisper, believing that the water would carry their messages from one corner of the world to another. This may sound like something from a children's fable, but in fact, several scientific researchers have theorized the water can be imbued with energy from our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. You might not feel like someone's listening to you because I was like, oh, I don't know if that's on or not. Glad you're still here. Wishing wells are found all over the world and they mirror to us the great reverence held by our ancestors to Earth's fresh waters. Greek mythology says that the tradition of wishing wells began through the practice of throwing coins into the sacred well of the warrior Amphiaraus, I don't know how to say that, who was a renowned oracle. The wishing well is a wonderful card that carries with it great blessings, gift, and with fulfilled wishes. When it appears in a spread, it's a sign that things are happening and that the realization of your dreams is likely to occur. Of course, any creation requires embodiment and action, so it's not a sign to stop moving towards your dreams in practical ways. Rather, it offers deep encouragement to keep going and to trust that all the groundwork you've already put in place is working. Like, see how I was meant to read that? If you've already put in the healing and you feel like you've turned a corner and you're through a dark night of soul and you're already talking to your twin flame or you're about to or something or take a move, you know, a brave move towards them, then absolutely be proud of everything you've done. But equally, if you're somewhere in the middle of it and you're still in a bit of a fragile place healing, then be proud of yourself where you're at. And you know, if you're right at the beginning, like and I said that in the post, like I saw in the beach today, so they must have been playing a game or something, but it was like start here, first try, second try, third try, something like that. And that's like everything, you know, we've all got to start somewhere. But if you don't start at all, then you know you're going to be staying stuck. It can also be a sign that helpful people are coming into your life to support you in creating your heart's deepest desires. And after me just saying all of that about the desires. So I'm going to read this wee affirmation prayer and then I'm going to say goodnight because, wow, I can't believe I actually said it was going to be half an hour and I've been about half an hour because the timer, I don't know why it's not way off though. Maybe it's about in a few seconds. But yes, I'll see what drama is unfolding on Love Island. Oh, there we go. It's went off now. Time's up. So maybe that is symbolic as well of this. It feels like this group of masculines that I'm tuning into feel like time's up. You know, time's up. I've given myself enough time to get to where I wanted to be. And if I keep adding any more time to it, it's just prolonging the pain even more for myself and my divine feminine. That's what this group of masculines that I'm tuning into are saying. Before I actually read the prayer, I just want to back that up with some cards. And then maybe that's what I keep hearing. Because I'm not ready to find out you know how to forget me. I'd rather know how much you regret. Oh, fuck, whatever the words are. Right. We only need one card. You know what I mean? That's exactly what's just come out in the cards. I'm in love with you. And they got the word love. I really do care, even though I don't show it. And I'm changing. I don't want to be with anyone else, so I'm releasing myself from karmic ties. Oh my God. And that still fits because on that card I'm reading, that's the one that says karmic jewels. I regret what I did to you. Oh dear. So I wonder if this is like somebody, oh my God, am I reading Love Island again? This is hilarious. I mean, sorry, it's not funny if this shit has happened to you out there. And again, let's face it, it's happened to most of us, some form of this. But yeah, it does sound like what's happened on Love Island. You know what I mean? I'm in love with you, but I regret picking the karmic person. But now I'm changing. I don't want to be with anyone else. So I'm releasing myself from karmic ties. It's honestly what's happened on Love Island, but it fits for, you know what I mean? But really, I could have just stopped it at that. So that's why it feels like it's important for that group of masculines to step forward because so much time has passed and it's like it's given the wrong message. So it's like, you know, if that's not how they feel, but they've not, I mean, basically they've shown that they don't care, but they do care. They're feeling the need to do. Where the fuck did I put that card? Where have I put that deck? Oh, I ain't got time for this shit. I'll I'll hold up the other ones. That can be a surprise for people at the end. Yeah. There's a whole load of people having a heart chakra opening. And I think I'm about to end this at 11:11 as well, actually. So I don't even know if I can be bothered hanging on that many minutes, to be honest, but it's a few minutes of it. Right, so I'm going to say good night now, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to come on a bit later. I'm going to be in the membership from 7 o'clock UK time, and then I'll be on here 8 o'clock UK time. It won't be as long as tonight. So again, but genuinely might, I know I say this all the time, but genuinely might just be an hour. I'd say probably 2 hours being realistically. But I don't think it's going to be 3 hours or that because that's what I'm going to be giving my voice a rest for the next month. There will still be videos and stuff to watch. Some of them will be live, some of them will be pre-recorded. They might still be a live stream, but I've recorded it unlisted. And that'll be the days I really can't be arse chatting in that, to be totally honest, like I wrote in the community tab. But yeah. So I receive all the gifts that life has to offer me with an open heart and an open mind. I'm surrounded by kind, helpful people. Things are working out for me. I'm living my heart's deepest, most daring prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a beautiful place to end this. So I keep you all of my prayers every day. As soon as I wake up, that's the first thing I do. And if you're in the membership, I put extra emphasis on it. And thank you to Nathan, because you'll see him saying at the start of the last live stream that he's been feeling that, even though he's not actually been there to be feeling it. So, and I've had other people say that aren't even in the membership, that they do feel that, because I do. But anyway, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow if you're joining me. Sleep well, and yeah, be kind to yourself if you were really feeling what was coming up in this. Just, we can all have our moments like that. Me too. So just stop being so critical of yourself and others, give people a break. Right, see you later. Oh, a wee bit